Tonight on the podcast we have.
I just ended up here accidentally.
I know.
I'm like the lost old man who accidentally walks into the girls' locker room.
Not that he's done it.
I'm sure Luke's never done it dressed as an old guy either. Yeah. Or as
What?
Trevor.
Definitely not.
All this and so much more on the official Team D.B.A.H podcast number 198. Come join us, why don't you? Hello and welcome to the official Team D.B.A.H podcast number 198. I am your host this week. I am Craig, otherwise known as Sin76. And tonight we have Heather.
Hello.
There she is. We have James.
Hey, what's up?
And I think we have Luke, maybe, if his mic works.
Hi.
There he is, if you can hear him in the distance.
There he is,
Awesome.
down the hall and to the right.
How is everyone tonight?
Colorado's trying to kill me, but, same old stuff.
What did you do now?
Yeah, breathing is hard. Unless that's a thing that happens in every state.
Well, you are
But-
way above sea level.
Yes. Mile high,
is
to be
that.
exact.
Yes, exactly. Does that mean everyone in Colorado's in the Mile High Club?
I'd like to
Just-
think so.
I mean, I would assume that.
That's assuming everybody.
See that? Learned something tonight. Maybe. And
I heard while you
And-
see, and then nothing.
if he does still have his headset, Randall is also here. He was missing it before. And his remote. So he may show up. But he's always listening. Always. So how are you, James?
Doing good. Nature tried to kill me last week, but it failed. Haha.
I saw that. Everything okay?
Yeah. We had we had a bad storm come through like mid-afternoon here, and it had like 50-mile-an-hour straight line winds. And for those of you who do not know what straight line winds are, that is the dangerous wind that like snaps trees and power poles and all that kind of stuff. Well, it decided to snap a tree that was in the bluff behind me, and I now no longer have a back gate, and part of my back fence is broken, along with my neighbor's fence. So that was fun.
That's
Aw.
good. That's good.
Well,
What were
that's
you
hard
doing
in
during
that
Technically, your property is expanded then.
I like how you think.
You know what? In a sense, that would be good, but the problem is though, my fence actually doesn't end on my property line because there is the bluff behind me. My property actually goes back about 15-20 feet from where my fence is. The problem is though, it's overgrown with trees and bramble, and is a steep hill.
Yeah.
So it's basically unusable. And of course, the tree that came down was on my property. So
Well, I meant your neighbor's yard. Since they're fenced it down too, your yard now extends into their yard.
oh yeah, I've
Yeah.
been over there a bunch of times already. But thankfully, I'm on good terms with my neighbor, so it's all right.
Nice.
Well, that's good. It's good. And now we have proof that Randall has not melted yet.
Yay. Although my whiskey bottle seemed to have melted because I couldn't get the lid off.
Oh.
That's what technicalities
Or you
say.
just had too much whiskey.
Never!
Yeah, it was actually there was that one day where it was hotter on the East Coast, and then Phoenix kind of just took off from
Yeah,
there.
a couple days later, we just melted everything.
Yep.
Signs were melting, cactuses were melting, recycle bins were melting, cookies were baking in the back of cars. I hear Luke
Yep.
faintly in the background.
All right, you're gonna have to take Trevor's mic.
I have.
Rip.
Uh-oh.
Uh,
But though I did see there was a clip I saw online of someone in Phoenix, and they poured water on a manhole cover. It just instantly steamed.
Yeah. Inside my car is 130, so I'm assuming the blacktop was hotter than that.
That's hot. Yeah, I saw the weather map of Phoenix. It was purple.
Yeah.
It was like we don't have a next shade up.
We don't have another red, so just purple.
It's just purple, and it's like purple, almost like black. It's like so dark. The scale doesn't go this high.
It was the color. It was the colors of the Undertaker that just shows you how bad it was.
You all
there you
die.
go. There you go. And then Luke did have some issues driving in Michigan there, but I think from what you were complaining about, you would fit in well on the East Coast.
Yeah. So essentially,
hey, we can hear him.
Yay!
So I pretty much moved the headset off of my head, and now I'm just have the microphone in I'm in a very strange angle. Anyway, so
you're talking wrong about driving, obviously.
Yeah. So in Michigan, we have a wonderful season of just construction. So fun fact.
Ooh, I'm in that season too.
The roads in Michigan are terrible. They're horrific. And so pretty much when it snows, it's not that bad because the snow covers up all the potholes and all the dents and all the unevenness, and you drive fine. And then eventually the snow melts. And now
salted
you have
water,
all of the potholes, and you have all of this awful terribleness. So they decide to do construction. So normally they'll do they'll do construction on this road, so you'll have to go through this road the rest of the time or whatever it is. For whatever reason, Michigan decided that this summer they're going to do all of the construction. So they have two of our interstates are partially closed. So this south of our main interstate for about 15 miles is completely closed off. And it kind of follows this trend for about 60% of our roads, even neighborhood roads, so that even taking back streets, those are also under construction. And so some of them are, we have all of the right lane closed off, so yeah, you're trying to turn right to get to your house, but there's someone waiting at the light to turn out, and rather than waiting back to allow traffic to come in, they're waiting at the light, being an asshole. And it's so frustrating because today, for example, getting home from work used to take me about 20 minutes. Now, on a good day, it takes me 35 or 40.
Mm.
Are you sure you didn't move to New Jersey?
Or anywhere on the East Coast? Or actually New England, rather.
And so I'm waiting for winter to start back up. So instead of having construction, we just have snow. Honestly, I would rather drive in the snow than drive during the summer because the snow actually helps with all the potholes. It's too cold.
It just fills it in and packs it down.
Yeah, that's absolutely what happens, and it's great.
Yeah, well, unlike in New England here, where I am. See, one of my jobs that I had from where I live was 13 miles from where I live, but it was in the direction of rush hour. So it would take me 45 minutes to 90 minutes to get there. And that was even with going back ways, just bad. And then I had another job, which was the opposite direction, but 30 miles away. It was literally, unless there was an accident or really bad weather, it was a half hour. It was exactly 30 minutes, and that was without me speeding. Just ridiculous.
Yeah, since we're all bitching about our commutes now.
Might as well.
My commute it can take anywhere from like 25 minutes with little to no traffic to unknown, because unfortunately where my job is, it's right off of the 295/95 interstate, and there really is no back roads to really kind of get there. So my main drive is about 20 miles on 295 to where it crosses over into the Pennsylvania 95, the Pennsylvania Jersey 95. But right before that is one of the main state routes, which is Route 1, which basically goes from Trenton all the way past like Newark and into like Secaucus. So it's like a very, very major road. But the problem is, though, if there's ever any traffic or accidents near that interchange, I am fucked. Like, unbelievably fucked. One time, I actually sat in traffic for about 45 minutes because of an accident that closed the lane right by Route 1. I put on my GPS to find, I'm like, there's got to be a quicker way. There's got to be a quicker way. I left my house at 8 o'clock. This was now 8:45. I had maybe about a 15-minute drive ahead of me left on a normal day. It told me I would arrive at work at 9:30, and that sitting in traffic was still the quickest route there.
She'll love that.
Yeah.
See, Randall goes to work, his tires just melt. So.
Pretty much.
Welcome to the gaming podcast.
Exactly. How's your commute, Heather?
I don't drive, so.
Well, how long does it take you to get to work?
15 minutes, maybe. I mean, we also have the same seasons, winter and construction, so it really does depend, but especially since I work in like the heart of downtown, they're always doing shit down there.
That's true. Downtown is usually a busy spot in places.
Yeah.
And just to top off the complaining section of this podcast, can I just say what a horrible, did I say horrible? Pile of crap this new Skype app is for the phone.
I couldn't get the things to let me go push things.
It's awful.
Sorry.
It's awful. It's like Snapchat
Craig, it's
and
colorful.
Skype.
So I don't use Skype on my phone ever. So why is it Craig, what was the word that you used for it?
Horrible.
Horrible. I see.
Horrible.
I see. So why is that?
Basically what Microsoft is doing, they try to make Skype compete with Snapchat.
That seems foolish.
Is that what's happening?
Oh my
Pretty
god,
much.
why?
There's all kinds of like crazy filters. You can send video on, like live video, whatever. Like I can't even see who's online. I can see my contacts, but I don't know who the hell is actually online or not. It's horrible. Like if you look, I sent Randall the link for it. If you look at the reviews for it, it already has 1.5 stars.
Terrible. As Barkley would say, terrible.
That's
I
right.
couldn't get the notifications to go away, and that pissed me off.
That's why I use Skype on the computer, where it was meant to be.
My computer died.
I have it on
Actually-
the computer and my phone because I have group chats that I'm in.
Ah.
Yeah, Windows 10.
Fuckers.
On Windows 10, it almost forces you to use the built-in Skype. They're like, why are you downloading this version? You know, it's built into your computer.
Right.
Yes, I know that, and it sucks. I don't want that version. Horrible. Just horrible. Though speaking of changes, something video game related. So I was curious. Oh, nice reference there. I was wondering if you had any opinion on how, Heather, on how they're changing Assassin's Creed. Because they're kind of overhauling the entire gameplay.
I mean, that's fine.
Making it more RPG, completely open world-ish.
If they have actually like the main storyline, I'm chill. So.
Alright. So you don't care about. You're okay with all the RPG stuff they're adding.
Probably.
Okay, like the crafting and the selling stuff and whatnot.
They kind of had crafting already, so it's not really that surprising.
True.
So, as long as it's not like a choose your own adventure thing, I kind of want the storyline. Is one of the big reasons why I play it. Then.
Yeah, I think they're gonna do like you have here's your target, figure out how you want to kill them. So it's almost like it's kind of like Hitman-ish.
So it's kind of like the first game, but hopefully better, controls.
Yeah, the jumping in that game was not fun, and the horse.
Anything in that game was hard. That game's just really hard.
Fun. It was hard.
I really liked the first game, but it was so hard to play.
It was. I mean, the scale of it was gigantic, but yeah, the controls were a little.
No, I'm excited. I mean, I haven't not liked Assassin's Creed yet, so.
This
is true.
That is very true. I just didn't like the end of 3. It really bothered
the
me.
main storyline or the old storyline, or the or Connor's storyline.
The modern storyline where Desmond's Jesus.
Sure.
Like that.
You want to take it that way, I guess.
That's kind of how I took it. I'm like, oh look, now he's Jesus. With that, the whole end going over his whole wife thing. Other than that, I really enjoyed Assassin's Creed 3. So look, just
really
he's dead now. He's alive.
But that didn't happen.
It was implied.
Is it?
I took it as being implied.
You have to know something, Craig. The end of Assassin's Creed 3 made me cry.
It did?
Yes.
How so?
Because unlike other people, I actually really like Desmond.
I really like Desmond too. I didn't like the fact they made Desmond Jesus.
I still don't understand what you're saying, but okay.
All right, I'll have to find the end video they're going like Desmond. He dies, and then they're flashing through like the history of time with him, and you see him, and they kind of imply that he's.
Time.
What's that?
Minerva was flashing through the history of time.
Maybe. Well, yeah, I'll find it.
Okay.
I just did. That was just me.
What does that have to do with Jesus?
It's just this story, like, it's just how they presented it. They're like, oh yeah, and then like you see him in a white cloak surrounded by people. So I just took it as them implying that he was like Jesus, and I didn't think it made sense. And then I threw my controller.
Altair was in a white cloak like Jesus, right? Because it was First Crusade.
Yeah, true. He was.
I think you found symbolic meaning in things that weren't symbolic.
Could have been. That could have been me. That's possible.
Someone who grew up Catholic
I wasn't the only
religious symbolism in the ending of Assassin's Creed 3, I think.
I wasn't the only one that took it that way. That's all.
Oh, okay. Well, at least you got that going for you.
It's something. Luke, have you been playing anything? I haven't talked to you in a while.
So I pretty much have been playing. Well, actually, recently, especially now, 2 days ago, I've been playing Diablo.
Nice.
I started playing again like a week or two ago, and then right when I started playing is when I figured out that the Rise of the Necromancer was being released soon, so it worked out pretty conveniently.
Oh, good timing. Yeah, I think that's I think it came out yesterday, actually.
It came out Tuesday.
Yep.
Right? Yeah, it came out Tuesday.
Yep.
Yeah, that's when they do their patches. And what else have I been playing? That's about it, honestly. I haven't really been playing a whole lot.
That's a good game.
I haven't been playing a whole lot of games recently. I've been really busy with work. But I now have 2 instead of 3 jobs. So
you're a busy boy.
It's progressively getting a little bit less insane. Which is good. But I mean, because they released because season 10 just ended last week sometime, and they're actually taking a larger break in between seasons. Normally they take usually it's like a week or so between seasons, but now they're taking almost a full month. I don't think season 11 starts until like July 17th or something like that. And but I'm excited because I mean I got my Necromancer 270 today, and they're pretty cool. I am by no means. I mean, I'm not bad at the game, but I'm not like a pro in terms of, oh, this is the build you need to be using. These are all the runes that you need to use, and this is how you should spend your Paragon points and all that kind of stuff. I'll go online and I'll see, oh, okay, you know what, this actually does help, or this one helps. But I mean, for the most part, I just kind of play however I want. And I don't farm for specific types of gear. If it's, oh, hey, you know what, I have a set of gear that helps me out, I'll use this. And as long as I'm able to complete stuff and survive and keep grinding, then that's fine. So that's kind of what I'm doing on my Necromancer right now. Like, I just hit 70 today, so I've been just going through different skills and seeing like what does good amounts of damage, what has good survivability, and all this kind of stuff. And it seems like right now they're basically like two different builds, and I don't know what they're technically called. So I'm just doing them by their own. There's Command and Necromancer, which basically you use all of your command spells to have skeletons and golems and things like that fight with you.
No, that's fun. That's what they had in 2.
Because most of their because it works a little bit differently than the Necromancer in 2. Because in 2, you would raise minions from corpses, and they would fight for you either for an allotted amount of time or until they died or whatever it was. Whereas in this, rather than raising, I think there is a skill where you can still like temporarily raise corpses, but there's it's basically if you have a command skill equipped, I guess, that they're just doing that. So it's like you can have up to 7 skeletons. If you have the command skeletons, you have up to 7 skeletons, and whenever one dies, it just I think there's like a 3-second respawn time, and they'll just come back. And like with your golem, you have one golem active at all times, and and then all of your commands have a passive and they have an active. So the passive is, oh, you know what, they just fight for you, and depending on what rune you have equipped, they do lightning damage, or they do fire damage, or they, will take damage or deal damage, whatever it may be. And then their active is, depending, so like with the skeletons, you can increase their attack speed, you can have it that whenever they do damage, they heal you, or something along those lines. And theirs is single target based, and they do like one rush, I guess you could say, of damage for like 3 seconds, and that's it. Whereas the golems, you essentially sacrifice your golem to do something, and depending on what
so he's like explode or something.
Right. So depending on what room you have equipped, and every enemy you kill you can use their corpse to, you can either explode their corpse, or you can turn it into swords that will lance or slow down nearby enemies and stuff like that. So you can use your golem to explode and create a bunch of corpses. You can use the golem to absorb all of the corpses, and rather than using your abilities to explode them or turn them into weapons or minions or whatever it may be, you can have your golem consume all of them, and it makes him really, really, really strong for a temporary period of time. And the more he consumes, the more the stronger he gets. I have a legendary item, which is really cool, which my golem creates a corpse every second.
Yeah.
So
he's like pooping corpses, huh?
Essentially, yeah. So they're really nice in boss fights, because I will set the rune to where he will absorb all the corpses, because the corpse explosions are cool, but they don't do a ton of damage, but they're very explosive. So they can do damage to lots of enemies at once. So it's not as useful during boss fights, because generally there's just the boss and that's it. There are a few bosses that spawn their minion, but for the most part it's just the one boss. So I will set it to have the golem absorb all of the corpses and get a huge damage boost. And so after like 15 or 20 seconds, I'll just have him absorb all of those 15 or 20 corpses, and then he crits for crazy amounts of damage. Well, crazy.
Nice trick.
High level. But the only problem is that that's the only reason I have that legendary item. And so now that I'm level 70, I can use Kanai's Q and extract the legendary power and keep that on at all times. But I wasn't able to until I was 70. So I was using, I think I got it level like 28 or something like that. So I was using a level 28 item until I hit 70. Just specifically for that.
Nice.
For that passive.
What system are you playing it on?
I play on PC.
Yeah, nice.
And actually, I was playing with Trevor's brother earlier today. He and I were running some greater riffs, and he and I convinced Trevor to get back into it. So Trevor actually has it downloaded. Probably
actually, now that I think about it, if you do a Necromancer and a Witch Doctor, that's a lot of stuff on the screen.
Yes, yeah.
At one time.
Because I think, as far as temporarily speaking, so like at all times, there are only two commands. There's the skeletons and the golems. So at all times you have 8 minions if you have both of them equipped. But as far as temporarily speaking, I think you can get up to a couple dozen. Don't quote me on that, because I haven't actually tested it.
Quoted. I'm gonna write that down right now.
That
just said,
based on the parameters of this spell, it looks like you could have up to like 20 or 30 temporarily. So if you had that as well as the temporary minions from the Witch Doctor, there could be a lot of stuff on screen that you could potentially be doing. Like, you as characters could be doing nothing and just having all of your minions fight like crazy.
I may not be a PC gamer, but I can just see the frame rate on that being like 2 or 3 a second.
In Diablo 2, if you had more than one person playing a Necromancer, you could easily have over 100 skeletons on the screen, and the game would just like choke horribly. Or if they all went down a hallway, it was just not good.
Yeah, no, I remember in Diablo 2. It was myself and my brother, and we were playing with like 2 guys online, and my brother was playing the Necromancer, and I was playing a Druid.
Mm-hmm.
And so even though Druids weren't quite as crazy summoning as the Necromancers were, you could still have pet wolves and pet bears, and you could turn into a bear and turn into a werebear and a werewolf and stuff like that. And then one of the guys that we were playing with was a barbarian, and another guy that we were playing with was another necromancer. And so between the 3 of us, and then the barbarian obviously isn't integral to the story, but he was there. So I think between the 3 of us and all of their summoned minions, and then my companions, and then I turned into a werebear. And one of the abilities was like whenever you turn into a werebear, you summon bears to fight at your side or something similar to that. It's been a while since I played Diablo 2, so I could be a little bit wrong. But we had like 50 or 60 different minions on the screen, and if we were all standing in the same place, my game wouldn't run.
Nice.
Like, it just froze.
Way to break games.
Right, so like we would have like one of running really slowly, the other one would have to leave, and then it would run fine. But on this screen, there was way too much going on that, computers from 2002, it just couldn't process it.
Yeah, no, that wasn't happening. So, Yeah, how much was that DLC? It's like $15, right?
Yeah, 15.
Hmm.
I'm gonna have
Which,
to look into it.
admittingly, I don't want to say 15 is a lot. But I mean,
I felt like it was a lot for one character and not
there's
another
not a
level.
whole lot that you're getting yet. You get the character, you get an extra. There's an extra zone that they introduced.
Oh, there is?
Yeah, it's not like a whole new act. But kind of like a while ago they introduced like the runes of Sasharion or whatever it was called.
Mm-hmm.
And then they introduced, I think it's in Act 2. I think it's in Act 2. They introduced a new area that you can go explore, and they're like the like mini quests or side quests, whatever you want to call them. I think it's just like some flavor. There's not really anything super important there, I don't think. You got a pet, a new banner, and then the wings, because they had the fire wings from a long time ago that you could use, the Tyrael's angel wings.
Yep.
And then they just added, keeping with the theme, they added in you get like skeletal, like necromancer wyvern wings, excuse me.
So would you say, is it worth 15 or not? Really?
I mean, it is for me, but that's just because, one, Diablo is one of those games where like I'll get really into it for a little while, and then like I won't, but I'll keep coming back to it.
Yeah, Diablo has that I don't know, effect,
But,
I guess.
I mean,
but
I do think that like I bought it anyway because like I'm gonna play the Necromancer, I'm gonna try it out and whatnot. But realistically speaking, I think that it should have been like $10.
all right, that's fair. That's fair. Since we're on the topic of Blizzard, and since there's two Overwatch aficionados on here, at least two of them.
What's that what game is that? I'm not familiar.
Yeah, have either or anyone noticed a lack in people playing Road Hog since they last
Since
update?
Yeah, because he sucks.
Whoa!
He sucked before. What?
He was amazing before. He could one shot like everybody. He can't even one shot Mercy now.
I one-shot Tracer the other day. That was fun.
I mean, Tracer's the weakest character in the game.
Get good, Randall.
Whoa! There is some tension.
I think she has 150 and everybody else is like, what, 200? But yeah, his shot does a lot less damage. But he shoots a lot quicker, so if you're a pro, you can still do it. Like Heather.
No, I hate Road Hog.
Because the
He's scary.
the last report that they for competitive win rate with Road Hog is below 50% now. So apparently, if you're good with Reaper, you can just take out Road Hog very easily now.
I mean, you could do that before he was very large.
You could, but now it's more easily.
It was really easy it was really easy to take out Road Hog.
I guess now the thing is, with Reaper taking out Road Hog, he won't really die. Same with Winston. If Winston dives on Reaper, Reaper gets all headshots. He can pretty much stay alive throughout the fight, and Winston's toast now.
Oh.
He didn't have to get all headshots too, because of his life leech or whatever the hell that thing's called.
Yeah.
That's lame. I want to consume the souls of my enemies.
I did like the little soul balls that were left behind. I'm not really sure why they took those out.
It also goes real well with his character thing.
It really did. Completely blew my mind, by the way, when Charlie told me who does the voice of Reaper. Completely blew me away.
Keith Silverstein?
That might be his name. But it's a fact of another character that he voiced is what blew me away. So if you ever watch Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends,
Oh yeah, I knew this.
Reaper is blue.
What?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Blue regard.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
In a world where Reaper is blue and Soldier is weird.
Oh.
Wow.
Weird. Hate him so much. Yeah, but he's Yeah, that's blue. See, my brain did the same thing. Same exact thing.
Yeah. That's
yeah.
definitely something.
Mm-hmm.
And you have Anna, who hasn't done anything other than Overwatch and has no picture on her IMDb, and Overwatch is literally the only thing on there.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Uh-oh. I think Heather's mic is attacking
Nope,
her.
I'm fine.
Okay.
May have forgotten it was connected to controllers. Chill.
Did you hate that?
She was like, I want to go
Wires.
do this thing real quick. Okay, no, I'm not.
Nope. No, you're not. So, James, did you complete everything you need for your shirt?
Yes.
Destiny?
Yes, I have completed the book. I got 100%.
Nice. Nice.
I actually got my shirt last Tuesday. Or not last Tuesday, Tuesday beforehand.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Do they send it to you like as soon as you get it, or do you have to just?
It's they say it's a 3 to 4 week wait
You all right,
time
Heather?
because they have to.
Yeah, why?
Just making sure you're not passing out
Am I breathing hard? I'm sorry.
a little bit.
I told you I can't breathe.
Yeah, they say
Take
it's
what I can get.
they say there's like a 3 to 4 week wait period because if you get it with your gamer tag on it, they have to customize it. So
That makes sense.
yeah.
So, did you get your tag
why
on it?
wouldn't you get it with your gamer tag on it?
Exactly.
Exactly.
I earned it. Damn it! Mine has my gamer tag on it. One of the guys I work with, who also plays games and all, we've been talking about like Destiny on and off here and there, and he saw me with I went into work with that shirt on with pride. He looked at me and he's like, "You are just so happy right now, aren't you?" I'm like, "Yes, I am."
Yes, I am.
Nerd.
Damn. You know what?
Take
I'm
your lunch
damn
money.
proud.
Good, as long as you're proud. That's all that matters.
Damn it.
Numbers
Nice.
are hard. Matrices are hard.
But
The
actually-
Matrix? No, you just have to take the blue pill.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Actually, in regards to gaming, since now that Destiny is somewhat complete, I'm actually expanding into the other stuff that I have. I actually got a chance to play with someone from Team D.B.A.H who I've never actually played a game with before. And It was
Really?
actually really fun.
Who was that?
I actually got to play with Jake and Matt. We played Mass Effect 4 multiplayer.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, it was actually really cool. He was basically like carrying me through most of it because I've never touched it, and he was like level 20. He was like, "Don't worry, this is easy." I'm like, "Yeah, for you," but it was actually really cool. He was explaining to me
nice.
how everything worked and all, and actually, I gotta say the multiplayer for Andromeda is actually a lot better than
Then
the
three.
one from Mass Effect 3. So I
that's
may
cool.
actually be playing that.
Oh, is it you versus other people, or is it you versus the game?
It's you versus
Still.
the game. It's still basically horde mode.
Mhm.
But just the way you're able to control things, and even though all your updates are still through random packs and all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
Excuse me. The gameplay is pretty much straight to the game itself, but there's like really no learning curve to it. Like they don't just like throw out at you like super high level fights when you're like completely and totally under leveled. Like they actually give you tiers for it. They give you the option of doing like daily missions to help you get better stuff a little quicker, and even those are tiered. So I don't know. It's just, to me, it seemed like it played a lot better than the 3 one. Because I remember when I played multiplayer in Mass Effect 3, just because I wanted to try it since they forced it upon us anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it was maybe because I was just cynical about it to begin with, but I don't know. It just seemed like it just didn't feel right. Like it was like you were playing a game with a friend, but it was just it just seems off.
It was definitely added on. It felt like an afterthought.
Yeah, exactly. Where like this time they actually kind of planned it out better, because even once you start with the multiplayer stuff, you then can actually use the Apex app, which I had absolutely no idea what it was used for until now.
Yeah, they had an app for 3 where you can like send your ships off to do stuff, pretty much to get you in-game money, which is what they had for Assassin's Creed.
Yeah,
Black Flag.
And you can do that with the Apex squad and all that stuff for Andromeda. So it also helps you this way. You can get your guys leveled up and everything.
The Black Flag one was nice though, because then I didn't have to do it in game.
Yeah, I know. That was once you got all your ships lit to the right level where they wouldn't, die.
Right. Because that was the thing. Because I was like, this is already an in-game thing that I can just do later on my. Well, in theory, it seemed like it was cool. My phone couldn't do it, but.
No.
But if it was, since it's like time thinged, it was great just to check in and be able to send them off.
Yep.
And then you had like the game map on your phone, and that was nice.
That helped. So, have you 100%ed or whatever they call it on Xbox every Assassin's Creed game?
I've 100% did that. I've 100%ed 2 Assassin's Creed games.
Which 2?
Guess. Let's see if you guys can guess.
1 and 2.
I'm gonna say Black Flag.
That's one of them.
Unity.
Black Flag.
Not Unity.
No, the last one.
Syndicate? Yeah, Syndicate was it.
It's
because the third one I don't remember why I didn't, and then I think it's because I hated the fighting mechanic in that one. The second one had so many feathers. I'm actually real close to 100%ing it, but I never took the time to go find all the goddamn feathers.
I gave up on the feathers. I'm like,
same with the flags in the first one.
Too far away. Like,
you know what? I am really close on 100%ing. I got 92% on.
What's
BioShock.
that? Nice.
Wow. Nice.
Turns out you can cheat really easily in that game. What?
What are you doing?
So there's one achievement that, and I fucked up the second achievement, so I'm gonna see if I can cheese it still, but we'll see. The first time I ran through it, I just ran through it as a game. I just wanted to play it for fun, blah blah blah. And then I got to the end of it, and I was really close to getting all the collector's stuff, so I was like, okay, I'll do an easy playthrough. So I did an easy playthrough, and two of the achievements, I forgot they were called, sorry. 2 of the achievements are beat the game on the hardest difficulty. And another one is called the Brass Balls achievement, which is to beat the game without using a Vita chamber, which means basically no respawning for those who haven't played BioShock.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And so I did my easy run through. There's a certain also there's New Games Plus in the collector's edition, so you are a badass when you're playing easy with all the souped up every upgraded gun ever.
Nice.
and then sorry my throat. And then so when I played easy, got to the last bit of draining the atom out of Fontaine at the end.
No.
And then you go to options. And you put game setting to hard, and you click apply, and then you do the last bit, and you get the achievement. And so I'm wondering if that'll work with Vita chambers off.
It's worth trying.
I also I want to play other games, but I can't leave it not 100%ed, so but I'm that close.
Nice.
So, and I have 4 achievements, and WatchDogs 2 did. 100% that.
Nice.
But I have to get real guns in order to do them, so that's probably why I don't have them yet. But
Craig, do you have anything 100%ed? Or
you know,
platinum trophied or whatever?
My game ADD doesn't let me do that. Because I hop around from game to game too much.
Uh-huh.
So I have not. I have to look it up. I may have, but nothing recently. Nothing recently. Have you, Luke?
I have 100%ed, I think, 4 games.
Which were?
No. Sorry, I've 100%ed 6 games.
Show off.
Telltale series, the Batman, Wolf Among Us, and Tales of the Borderlands Telltale series.
Nice.
I've 100%ed Peggle 2.
nice.
I 100%ed a game that probably none of you have heard of called 99 Nights.
I have heard of
I
that
have
one.
that game.
Oh, well, there we go.
Damn.
I 100%ed the first one, which was easy to 100% because it was basically beat the game with all the characters. And like there was like 8 achievements, and all of them were like 100 or 200 gamer score. So it was pretty easy. And then I almost 100%ed the second one, but then I let a friend borrow it, and that friend broke
Trevor.
it. No, not Trevor. I let a friend of mine borrow it, and then that friend broke it. So I was like, it's not worth buying back. And I've also 100%ed. I've almost 100%ed Halo 3, but I haven't gotten it. And there's another game that I've 100%ed because I know I have 6, but I don't remember what the last one was.
You're gonna have to look that up.
So I'm gonna have to look. But yeah, no, but I have a lot that are close. Like Halo 3 is at like 94% or something like that. I'm missing 2 achievements. Same with Halo 3 ODST. I think I'm at like 88%.
Was it that? No, was it that game or Reach? There was one achievement Charlie and I were trying to get. I think it was Reach. There's one achievement where you were on a cliff, and below you, were a couple enemies standing there. And the achievement was you had to jump off the cliff and melee kill them.
I think I know what your achievement you're talking about.
And we tried for over an hour, and it just didn't work.
I think I know which achievement you're talking about. I think it's in the very last mission in Halo Reach.
Yep.
You're running off, and then at like the very beginning, there's a hill that jumps all the way off.
Yep.
And then like there are 2 specific elites that you have to assassinate, and then after you assassinate them, you can run through the rest of the mission.
Yep. Tried a lot. Died a lot. Oh, man.
I remember Halo Reach was actually the very first Halo game I beat solo on Legendary. I've beaten all of them on Legendary, but Halo Reach was the first one.
Oh, nice.
Oh, see, I go insane playing Halo, so I can't beat them on Legendary. By myself, at least.
I think
I used to play with my cousin, and he would stay back and do the smart thing. This is totally opposite from what I do with every other game. But
well, the thing is that I also I don't, because I'm weird. Because eventually I'll learn. Oh, okay, I need to slow down. I need to take this slow and do this the right way. But it would take me 3 or 4 tries before I would do it that way. So I would waste a lot of time running in and okay, well, if I run past it, try and get to the very end and just kill these couple of guys, then I'll be fine. And it never works out that way.
Mm-hmm.
I think strictly because of its longevity, I think Halo 2 was the hardest one to beat solo. Not only because of how long it was, but because of how many flood missions there are. Oh my god!
A lot of flood there.
Yeah, I love Halo 2 though. And then Halo, although so Halo 2 as a game was the hardest, but the hardest level to beat solo on Legendary for me was Cortana on Halo 3 when you're in when you're like on the flood ship with Gravemind.
Mm-hmm.
That was difficult.
That took you a while.
That was very, very hard.
But you did it.
Yeah,
you
but I
did
did it.
That's all,
I did it.
that's all that matters. Have you 100% anything, Randall?
Mostly just indie games.
Yeah, that still counts.
Child of Light. That's the
like
second-
Taggle.
Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry.
Taggle. Oh, shit.
Child of Light. Is
Nice. All right, so how many people here are getting the Super Nintendo Classic this Christmas? Because that's going to be a thing.
Yeah, it is.
I literally have the only game that I played in my childhood on my Xbox, so I'm good.
Which game is that?
Sonic.
Okay.
My grandma had a Sega, so